Thank you. Yeah. Listen, thanks for coming out for dinner. It's really a treat when you can throw a party and have such an interesting group of folks come for a great meal. You know, I'm also super pleased that this is really to honor and to reflect on farmers. You know, it's a conspicuous thing. If you look at the kind of founding era of our country, 92% of people were involved in agriculture. Today, it's less than 0.5%. And it's really not at all uncommon for folks to not even know a farmer. I mean, the irony is all of our lives are totally dependent on these people that do this great work. And so both just the gratefulness of the food that we have only because of farmers, but also just to have that kind of reflection. Very meaningful for me. I grew up in a town of 250 people. I'm a farm kid. You know, grew up, I can't tell you how many times I heard my grandfather say, if we care for the land, it will care for us. And a real sense of it's a noble thing to be somebody who grows food. But we've got interesting trends that are happening. Today there are 10 times more farmers over 55 than under 35. 5 times more farmers over 72. Huge trends where farmers are kind of like, it's a frightening thing. I mean, they're almost an endangered species. And it's something that at FoodMaven that we care very deeply about. So very briefly, our focus is, you know, we recognize this 40% of food that farmers grow that gets thrown away. And I can tell you again, as a farm kid, pains me to know how hard, you know, my family works to grow food and to know that 40% is thrown away. And so our focus is really to understand how can that happen and how can we intervene. And a lot of it's the nature of the food system that isn't candidly working good for any of us and is definitely not working well for farmers. Of the 40% that gets thrown away, it's not a surprise then, the USDA identifies that 70% of farmers in the United States are on what they call the economic red zone, which really means they're one bad crop away from a catastrophe. And so, you know, part of that is oversupply that happens in the system. Part of it's these kind of crazy specs that we have that only perfect, quote unquote, perfect food gets to market. But it's also that local farmers struggle to get access. And so much of what we're trying to do is make sure that all food gets used with good purpose. And I think tonight we're going to use great food from local farmers with good purpose as we have fellowship and real enjoyment and community that's thoughtful about stewardship of food. So we are delighted that you're here tonight. And by the way, if you're a local farmer, Jesse is our supply person. We are coming to Dallas. We'll be here in a short period of time. And if you're a local farmer, we want to work with you to help you get to hotels and hospitals and universities and things that oftentimes farmers really struggle to get access to those markets. So make sure you see Jesse. And again, we're just grateful to be able to be with such a great group of people. Thank you so much.